My name is Ethan Ralph, and I'm a big fat faggot. I rage out on the internet for pocket change, and everyone across the world who knows me thinks I eat literal shit. My child bride has left, my horsewife has fled, and now all that is left of my pathetic life is clinging on to the smallest bit of internet clout for a sense of fulfillment.
This on his fucking grave. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna pull out my fucking dick.
Okay, so today we're really diving into some wild stuff.
Yeah.
With these Ethan Ralph videos you've brought.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I mean, he's a fascinating guy.
He is.
Calls himself the Killstream king,
Right.
This top talk show host of the underground.
Yeah, like this image of just like this provocateur, right? Like he's fearless and...
But then you see these moments where he seems kind of vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's like, is he...
Like almost like he wants...
Is he putting it on?
Validation.
Yeah.
He wants someone to say like, no, you're good or something, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this weird push and pull because on the one hand you have that, and on the other hand, he seems to like thrive on conflict. Like he is picking fights left and right.
All the time.
Yeah, not just like little online spats.
Oh, no.
Like serious stuff.
He seems to really go after people who were once, in his circle.
Yeah.
Like allies or collaborators.
Yeah.
Gator, Rand, even Nick Rekieta looks like there was some kind of falling out there.
Yeah.
And it just makes you wonder, is it a pattern? Like he gets close to people and then burns the bridge? Or is it something else?
Yeah.
Is he doing this on purpose to stay relevant?
Because drama gets the views.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Drama gets the clicks.
And this is a world where that is the currency.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So is he, you look at some of the language and it's pretty extreme.
Oh, yeah.
Like wishing death on someone. I mean, even if you're joking.
Even in jest.
Right, even in jest. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty out there.
A little intense.
And then there's this whole Kiwi Farms thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like, for people who don't know,
right.
Kiwi Farms is an online forum. It's
known for its humor.
They're intense over there.
They are intense, yeah, for sure.
And he was a part of it?
Yeah.
He was a willing participant?
At one point?
And then they turn on him.
Yeah.
And it's like he goes on this rant about them. And
it's almost like he can dish it out, but he can't take it, you know?
Sadly.
Yeah, and it makes you think, like, how much of this is genuine outrage and how much of it is...
Is he playing a character?
Yeah, is it all part of the persona?
Is this really Ethan Ralph?
Right.
I mean, that's the question, right?
That is the million-dollar question.
Like, who is this guy? Because it's like you see these moments, you're like, oh, wow. Like, maybe there's something else there.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's more to him.
Like when he talks about the art mocking his height.
Yes.
And he's like almost in tears.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Or when he's going off about being deplatformed.
Right.
Which, by the way...
Yeah.
Deplatforming just means...
To be clear.
Yeah, like trying to remove someone's ability to have a voice online.
Basically, yeah.
And you can understand that fear, right?
Of course.
Like that's his thing.
That's his livelihood.
Right. So he's afraid of being silenced.
Sure.
But it's like how much of that vulnerability is real?
Yeah.
Or is he playing us?
Is it calculated?
Is it all an act?
Because he really does seem obsessed with this idea of control. Like he's the one calling the shots.
Yeah, and he's always talking about money.
Oh, yeah.
The money comes in regardless.
I get paid either way.
Yeah, like it's this mantra.
Right.
Like, he's trying to convince himself as much as us.
I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's so vague.
It is.
Where's this money coming from?
Well, you see the super chats during the live streams.
Okay.
People donating.
Right, and he used to have the Killstream, so maybe there's still some money coming in from that.
Potentially, yeah.
But who knows?
Don't know.
And then maybe merch.
Yeah, he's always wearing that Team Ethan shirt.
Right.
Like it's a uniform.
It's branding.
It's smart.
So maybe he is making money.
Maybe.
But it seems like it's more about what the money represents.
Exactly.
Power.
Independent.
That he's in control.
Right.
Which is so interesting because his life seems anything but controlled.
Right.
It's chaos.
Total chaos.
But then he'll say these things.
Yeah.
Like about his mom.
Yeah.
That she died a horrific death.
Yeah, and you see this like...
Vulnerability.
Yeah, and you're like... And then he clams right back up.
Is this real?
It's hard to know.
And he talks about his son, too.
Oh, yeah.
And how he's estranged from him.
Blames the grandfather.
Yeah. Says he's using the kid.
Yeah, to get back at him.
And it's like another glimpse
into a different side of him, a side we don't normally see.
And it makes you think, like, how much of the aggression
yeah.
is it just him trying to protect himself?
Yeah, like a defense mechanism against the world. Yeah, this tequila sunrise thing is,
It's a lot.
it's where things get real.
Yeah, it crosses a line.
Yeah, it's not just like online drama anymore.
Right.
You know, it's like actually kind of scary.
Well, yeah, like we're talking about a live stream where he's making...
Explicit comments.
Yeah, like really explicit and derogatory stuff about this young woman.
It's really disturbing.
And I think it's important to, to say this isn't okay.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like this is
serious.
serious stuff.
Yeah, and it brings up all these issues about
Exploitation.
right and what's acceptable online, which is something we should all be thinking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this isn't just about Ethan Ralph.
Right.
It's
bigger than him.
It's about how we treat each other online.
Exactly.
And especially how we treat young women.
So you shared these videos, Sunrise Productions descriptions and Ethan Ralph versus the Medicurse chat
Right.
that mention this young woman they're calling Juju the cow.
Yeah, and she's making some pretty serious allegations.
Yeah, we need to be clear here. Like, these are just allegations.
Right. We don't know for sure.
I'm not saying this is definitely what happened.
Exactly. We just have these videos and these accusations.
Right. But even so, it's still like...
It's disturbing.
Super disturbing.
Yeah, it makes you think about...
Power dynamics.
Totally.
And just how dangerous these online spaces can be.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for young people.
You never know he's out there.
And it's like...
And the internet just makes it so easy for this kind of stuff to happen.
Right. And then for it to spread so quickly.
Exactly.
And it's hard to know what's real and what's not.
It's impossible sometimes.
And I think that's part of what's so scary about this whole thing.
It's the uncertainty.
Yeah.
The not knowing.
Okay, so we've talked about Kiwi Farms and now Tequila Sunrise. But I want to go back to this idea of control.
Okay.
Because you would think with all this stuff going on...
He'd be laying low.
Right.
Right.
But instead, he doubles down on the outrageous behavior.
Yeah, the no underwear thing.
What is that about?
It's like he's trying to distract us.
From what?
From everything.
By being even more outrageous?
Right. Like, don't pay attention to the serious allegations. Look at me. I'm not wearing underwear.
It's like...
It's wild.
Yeah, and it works. People are talking about it.
It's brilliant.
It's terrifying.
But it's working.
And it's not just that, right? Like, he's always picking these fights.
Oh, yeah.
With other streamers.
Boogie, Destiny.
And it's always the same.
Personal insults, drama.
And people eat it up.
It's like a car crash.
You can't look away.
You can't look away.
But it makes you wonder, like, what is this doing to him?
Right. Like, what's the psychological toll of all this?
Yeah, because every now and then you see these glimpses.
Of something else.
Yeah, like when he talks about his mom.
Or son.
And you see this, like, sadness.
Yeah, a real vulnerability.
It makes you wonder, like, who is Ethan Ralph really?
Is it all an act?
Is he really this monster that people say he is?
Or is he just hurting?
And trying to protect himself?
Yeah, maybe it's all a defense mechanism.
But at the same time, he's hurting other people.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it really is. It makes you think, like, are we the bad guys here?
Oh, that's deep.
But are we...
I mean, it's a question we have to ask ourselves, right? Like,
Right.
Are we contributing to the problem?
By watching, by commenting.
By sharing these videos,
Yeah.
giving him a platform.
Because it's, like you said before, bad attention is still attention.
Right. And it all goes back to that need for control.
He wants us to be talking about him.
Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter.
As long as we're talking about him.
Exactly.
And it's easy to get sucked in, all right?
Totally.
Like, it's entertaining.
It's like a car crash.
Yeah, you can't look away.
You can't look away.
But at what point does it become too much?
Right. When do we say enough is enough?
Are we even allowed to say that?
That's the thing about the internet, right?
It's the Wild West.
There are no rules.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
And so dangerous.
Exactly.
It's a double-edged sword.
So where does that leave us?
I think it leaves us with a choice.
Okay.
We can either be passive consumers
Just soaking it all in?
or we can be active participants.
And what does that look like?
It means being critical of the content we consume.
Okay.
Asking ourselves why we're watching this.
Right.
What are we getting out of it?
And is it worth it?
Exactly.
Is it worth supporting someone who engages in this kind of behavior?
Right. And we can choose to support creators who are doing positive things.
Who are using their platforms for good.
Yeah, who are making the world a better place.
Instead of just trying to tear each other down.
It's all about choices.
And I think that's a really important thing to remember.
It is.
Because it's easy to feel powerless in all of this.
Especially online.
But we're not.
We have a voice.
And we have a choice.
We do.
So let's use them wisely.
I agree.
Well, I think that's a good place to wrap things up.
Yeah.
This Ethan Ralph deep dive has been a wild ride.
It has.
It's been entertaining.
Eye-opening.
and honestly, kind of disturbing.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
But I think we've raised some important questions.
And that was the goal.
So until next time, thanks for diving deep with us.
See you next.
I don't have a small penis. I have an 8-inch, very thick. I have an 8-inch, very thick penis. And so, you know, if that's what you and certain families have decided upon, you know.
I don't want to talk about this.
You know, I can't help it that a giant ass is swallowing up all the view.
Oh God.
You know, that's not my thing.
This is where I go. This is where I take off. Bye. Enjoy talking about your cock, bro.
Oh, it's such a brave statement. Such a brave stance you took. Oh, you're so fucking brave.
Another all-time banger from the Killstream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.